Amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another FULLMETAL ALCHEMIST BROTHERHOOD reaction video. We are really like hammering our way through these reactions. Can you believe we're on episode 7 already? Like, I swear these always just blink by like that. I guess that's what happens when you do 3 episodes a week. I am loving this. I am loving this. I am on the journey. I want to know whether they get their bodies back. I'm literally here for it. Will the Elric brothers get their bodies back? I want to know. I want to know. I've got to find out. Are we going to meet more of the 7 deadly sins? Are we going to see all of them as well? What happens when they finally meet the Elric brothers? What's going? Do they have a plan? Like all of this stuff. I got a million questions. Press subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Join the family and let's jump into my first time ever reaction to FULLMETAL ALCHEMIST BROTHERHOOD, episode 7.
On their journey to Risenbull, Ed and Alan
I still find it weird that they
former
will find
state
that guy just
alchemist
shot
Dr.
them.
Tim Marco, who admitted to possession of an incomplete Philosopher's Stone. Moved by Ed's determination, Marco gave the brothers the location of his hidden research materials. After Ed's automail had been repaired, he and Al immediately left for the first branch of the National Central Library, where they hoped to find Dr. Marco's research into the secrets of the Philosopher's Stone.
Is that what we're seeing now then?
Dr. Marco's research! It's all gone!
Oh, come on!
Getting the entire place down was easier.
Oh, is that what you were doing in Central?
Yes, the Full Metal boy found out about Marco's research. Something had to be done about it. With that issue taken care of, I thought I would come to see how things are progressing in East City. Is he here? Gluttony?
I smell him. I can smell him. The scar face just fallen. He's close. I can taste his stink. Like blood. I still get to eat him, right?
Oh yes, down to the last strand of hair.
Interesting. I did say this. I don't know whether the Ishvalan is completely evil simply because he's 100% in the right, technically, right? So I was like, I mean, if you look at the Ishvalan people and what happened to them, it doesn't sound like they're fully in the wrong, unless I miss something. And they're against him as well. They want to kill the Ishvalan guy. That's very interesting. That's really interesting because they're obviously the ultimate villains, right? But they're after the Ishvalan guy. So does that make the Ishvalan guy go bad as well, or is he just morally grey? Why is he so tough? Because he is very strong.
Scar hasn't been sighted. Not once since that incident with the Elric brothers.
Maybe he's not even in East City anymore.
I hope you're wrong about that.
Huh?
This case has obviously gotten to be too much for Central to handle. If I can close it quickly enough, I'll be golden. I've got a ladder to climb, and this is how it's done. I need every mark in my favor that I can get. At least until I've assumed the office of Führer, that is.
You may not want to display your ambitions quite so nakedly, sir.
Yeah,
Is he
I'll
dead?
be sure to remember that in the future.
Reporting in, sir! We've just received word of an explosion occurring on the Marl River.
What?
He can't be dead.
Was it a gas explosion?
With everything else that's been going on around here, who knows?
Is he dead?
There's no mistaking it. This was definitely Scar's jacket.
Have you found the body?
Not yet, but we're still searching.
Either way, he can't be in good shape after losing this much blood.
Yeah, but we do this by the book. We need to find hard proof that he's dead. All right, Lieutenant Havoc.
Yes, sir.
You and your men will work day and night to clear out this debris. I want his body found. Don't take so much as a coffee break until that's done. Do you understand?
Come on, Colonel, can't you cut us some slack? At this rate, you're gonna work us all to death.
Shut up! I don't get to relax until I've seen his body, and that means you don't get to either.
Colonel's a bit of a dick. Like, fuck that guy. That's a little bit of a dick move. You will work day and night. You don't take a coffee break. Fuck you. You motherfucker, shut up. You get all this rubble out. Kiss my ass. like, calm down, man, all right? Whoa. Jeez.
I guess we'll get to work then.
Looks like you got away.
Oh, he got away!
Yes, I know. Maybe next time. Though, I think we can safely assume that Scar will be out of the game for a while. I suppose I'll be heading back to Central again. I need to report to Father about everything that's happened here.
Father? Who's Father?
There's nothing left here but ashes. Everything's gone.
Major Armstrong!
Oh, Second Lieutenant Ross and Sergeant Brosh. To what do we owe this pleasure?
You have been ordered to
Did she just say Rosh and Brosh? Ross and Brosh? What?
report back to the command center, sir.
We'll be taking over supervision of Edward
Brosh and
Elric and
Ross.
his brother effective immediately.
Very well, is yours.
What is this? Just when I think I'm home free, they saddle me with more bodyguards? This is getting old!
Yeah, surely now he's back to normal, he's fine, doesn't need him
There's a
anymore,
woman
right?
who was well acquainted with the materials in the first branch. Unfortunately, she wasn't working there anymore.
That sounds incredibly helpful.
Something wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. Although, if you don't mind me asking, why are you wearing a suit of armor?
It's a hobby! A hobby? What kind of freaky hobby is that, Lieutenant?
Who are these boys anyway?
So, what do you say, Al? It's a lovely view, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous.
Oh, wow. There's gotta be a million of them.
Oh, is there really someone living in this place?
Miss Sheska, are you...
I know, I just want to clarify something. So, when people ask them about this, their genius idea of getting away that question is, getting around that question is to say it's a hobby? It's a weird-ass hobby. No wonder people say, that's a weird
Are
hobby.
you here? Miss Sheska?
Is someone there? Please help me. Brother? There's somebody under there!
There's actually stories about hoarders that have died like this.
I thought I was going to suffocate under there. Thank you so much.
So, are you Sheska?
Yes.
And you worked at the library?
Oh, the library! The word itself is so beautiful! I've loved books my whole entire life, ever since I first learned to read as a girl. That job was heaven!
Okay.
I forgot that I was supposed to be working, and all I ever did was read. So they fired me. If I don't find another job, I'll never be able to move my poor elderly mother into a better hospital. But I'm hopeless. The only thing I can do well is read. I'll never find another job as long as I live. I'm useless, good for nothing, more pathetic than Ponscom.
Excuse me, there was one thing we wanted to ask you.
Yes?
Do you remember seeing any research belonging to someone named Tim Marco?
Let's see, Tim Marco. Where do I know that name? Oh, yes, of course, I remember now.
Really?
Oh, yes, I'm absolutely positive. There were some handwritten notes stuffed into a bookcase where they didn't belong.
The notes really were there after all. Which means they burned up along with everything else in the library.
Did you want to read them? Is that why you're asking?
Yeah, but it's too late now. They're nothing but ashes.
Sorry to bother you. I remember everything that was in them. Would that help at all? It's just how I am. I'm able to remember the content of any book I've ever read. It'll take a while, but I could write them out for you.
Thank you, Bookworm! You're my hero!
You're welcome.
She's amazing. Sheska? If any reason I ever sounded rude, I take it back and I apologize. You are absolutely incredible, wonderful, and fucking awesome. And holy shit, what a gift. There are some people that have like there's like, so that like most people who claim to have eidetic memory, whatever it's called, because there's no such thing as photographic memory that's not real. I think it's eidetic memory, eidetic, something like that. I don't know. You guys can let me know. But that basically means you are able to recall pretty much everything. The techniques they use are like store logic techniques or something like that. There is a word for it. It is essentially where you give every memory a place inside of a building in your house, similar to what Sherlock Holmes uses, but not quite to that sort of extravagancy. And yeah, it's what people use for like memory techniques and that sort of stuff, where you're able to pretty much memorize everything. You can most people do it by creating a building in their mind and having rooms in your head. So you have like rooms 1 to whatever number, and each room has a different thing in it. And the way your brain is able to compartmentalize all of this is if you imagine a numbers 1 to 100 in your mind, and you're in a house and you've got rooms 1 to 100. Then you can imagine in your head, you can go, okay, well, I remember behind door 4, and 4 can be a trigger word to rhyme with something inside of that room. So you go, I remember door 4. Door 4 was about the floors, the room of floors, the different colored floors, and it sets off the different colored floors in a pattern. And that is how they do it. It's fucking insane how they do it. It's a technique most people can learn to use, but it just sounds like it takes a lot of time.
Here you
Anyway,
are,
that was a bit of a
complete
tangent.
copies of all Tim Marco's notes. Sorry, I know 5 days is a long time to wait, but there was quite a lot to write down.
Unbelievable! There are some amazing people in this world.
These are really Dr. Marco's research notes?
They sure are. Come and take a look at them. Written by Tim Marco. 1,000 easy recipes.
6 cups of rice, 1 carrot, 2 onions, salt. Oh, great. Does this mean we came all this way for a cookbook?
Miss, which part of this made you think it was an important document?
Is it not what you're looking for? All I did was copy down what I remembered.
Wonderful. So this was just a wild goose chase?
Sheska, are you absolutely sure this is a flawless reproduction of the notes?
Oh, yes, I'm 100% certain.
Then thank you very much. You're incredible. All right, let's get these back to the library.
I love Ed. I fucking love him as a main character. He's brilliant. He's really likable, and just like, you can't help but root for him. He's very optimistic, and even now he's thinking, if these notes were recommended, there must be something in them. I love that.
They should have related materials there.
Oh, I almost forgot Jessica's fee. Lieutenant, here. This is my registration number and the pocket watch for ID. Withdraw that amount from my annual research grants and make sure Sheska gets it, okay?
Right. I'll get on that right away, sir. I assume that I can just take this note down to the state alchemist office?
That should work. Well, Sheska, you're a lifesaver. Bye!
He said his annual amount, didn't he?
From his research grants, huh?
Did he miss a decimal point somewhere?
Wow! How does a boy like that have this kind of money to throw around?
So the guy's rich? Ed and Al are rich?
These are cookbooks. What could they possibly have to do with alchemy?
My guess is they just don't spend money. They have no need for it or want for it. They have a mission to get their bodies back, and money is just irrelevant to them, so they just haven't been spending it. Well, she's going to be happy.
Alchemy is a powerful art. It can be incredibly dangerous if misused. In order to prevent that, alchemic research is always encrypted. These are designed to look like recipes to the average person, but they're actually advanced alchemical notes. Only the alchemist who originally wrote them can understand.
If they're so heavily encrypted, then how are you going to be able to decipher them?
It's not going to be easy. We'll have to use all our alchemical knowledge.
Wow, sir. That sounds really complicated.
Al, there's a section in here on green tea.
Green tea? Are you thinking what I am?
Uh-huh. It might be a reference to the Green Lion of metallurgic alchemy. Do we have copies available of Flamel's Codex or Lamspring's Concerning the Philosopher's Stone?
Of course.
All right. Take a look at this here. And here too, you see?
Yeah, you're right. And maybe here too.
Great. We've got a place to start. Let's do this.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
Why does this encryption have to be so damn hard to figure out?
This feels like an anime, but it's just about people researching. Like this is the ultimate school anime without a school in it. It's just people researching. You're just following two geeks, like, wandering the world, researching, reading books, and loving every second of it.
Maybe we should ask Dr. Marco about this directly.
No way! That'd be admitting defeat!
So this is a contest now?
Excuse me?
Sheska.
Good old
Thanks to the
Sheska.
money you gave me, Edward, I was able to move my mother to a better hospital. I really appreciate it.
Nah, it was no big deal, really.
Have you had any luck deciphering it so far?
Have you found another job yet?
Anyway, you two made me feel better. It was nice to know that even a
Al
pathetic
coming
mess
back
like
with
me
it.
can help out sometimes. so thanks for that as well.
You're not a pathetic mess.
Huh?
I think that the kind of dedication you show to reading is a talent all on its own. And besides that, your memory is incredible. You should have more faith in yourself.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Thank you, Al.
Yo!
Lieutenant Colonel Hughes.
Major Armstrong told me you two were here. What gives it?
This is how... I'm telling you right now, this guy's fucking evil. I'm calling it. I've had a bad feeling about him. I don't know. I don't trust Hughes. I don't trust Hughes. He gives me weird vibes. He always turns up at the convenient times. He's always conveniently missing. It's too convenient. It's too fucking convenient. Now he's here just after the library's burned down. He was told that they were here. He just turns up that they're here. Unless he does something amazing to help them, I'm convinced this guy's a bad guy. He's always keeping an eye on them. I don't know. He seems too nice. He's too fucking nice. The nicest ones are the evilest ones. Dude, that's the same in real life. I'm telling you. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I fucking forgot. I was too busy moaning about Hughes. Oh, yeah, that was it. Yo.
Ed, I told you to give me a shout the next time you made it to Central.
Oh, something urgent came up. Sorry.
It's just as well. I've been busy too.
They talk to Colonel Hughes like he's an old friend.
Just how high up are these boys?
We've had a lot of cases to deal with lately, and we're still working on getting the Tucker Chimera situation settled. Sorry, I guess that brings up some unpleasant memories, huh? Anyway, as if things weren't bad enough for us already, the first branch had to burn down in the middle of all this.
That's been a problem, huh?
A big one. All our case records were stored in the stacks at that location, and trying to work without them hasn't been a picnic, let me tell you. What?
Hey, Lieutenant Colonel, I think I've got exactly the person you guys are looking for.
Well, I have read the military's criminal case records, and I do remember them all.
That's all I needed to hear, lady. You're hired. My office pays well, so don't worry.
Oh, you're saying you want me? Oh, thanks so much. I'll have faith just like you told me to. Thank you, thank you.
Come on now, right to work.
She may not be thanking us for long.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just... Am I jumping the gun on Hughes? I've said this. I say this every reaction I see Hughes in. I always go, I don't know. There's something about him that gives me the creepies. But at the same time, I may just be looking too much into it. And you guys might be literally watching this right now going, would you guys shut the fuck up about Hughes? Hughes is just normal. But at the same time, let me have my theories. Let me have my theories. I'm going to be wrong about some and right about some.
How did you put it again, Al? I think dedication is a talent all on its own. Very smooth, little brother. Very smooth.
Well, it's something I always think whenever I see a certain someone I know.
In that case, a certain someone should hurry and get back to work, or you're gonna have to come up with a new motivational phrase.
I actually agree. I 100% agree. I think dedication is a talent all on its own. I 100% agree.
I'm awake.
The library's closing.
They've been at it for 10 days now. I'm impressed they're still going after all this time.
To hell with it!
What did you guys do to this place?
Don't get angry because you can't crack it. Throwing things won't help.
We did crack it.
Huh?
We cracked the code and decrypted the notes.
Really? You did? But that's a good thing, isn't it?
There's nothing good about this, damn it! This is the devil's research. It should have been destroyed. Dr. Marco was right. It's evil.
What's so evil about it?
The main ingredient for a philosopher's stone is human life. In order to manufacture even a single stone, you have to make multiple human sacrifices.
How could the military authorize research into something so horrible?
I can't believe it. How awful.
Do us a favor. Don't speak to anyone about this.
But sir...
Please. Just pretend you never heard any of it.
We haven't seen the manufacture of any kind of Philosopher's Stone yet, like a real one. We don't even know if you can have more than one or if it's only possible to have one. He said multiple human sacrifices, but there was no specification on the amount as well, which is interesting. Multiple could be anything from 10 to 100. And on top of all of that, we have seen some Philosopher's Stone fragments or copies in the past. Did those two versions require human sacrifices as well, including the one the Doctor actually showed them? Or was it something different about those ones? Can you create weaker ones without sacrificing a human? Or did the Doctor need to sacrifice a human in order to make those ones?
What's this now? The Elric brothers are holed up in their room again tonight?
Yes. They haven't been eating either.
The fatigue must be catching up to them. They seem to have devoted all their energy to these notes.
They worked so hard to decipher those notes only to find out that.
It disturbs me too, just thinking about it. I bet I'd act the same way.
What was that?
Oh, it was nothing, sir!
Your behavior is most suspicious!
I mean, it is.
Brother, you should really get something to eat.
No thanks. Pretty awful, huh?
Hmm.
You know, Al, it's like we try so hard to grasp the truth, but it always slips away. And now that we finally have caught it, it turns out the truth is too dangerous to hold. I'm starting to think this is God's special way of torturing people who've committed taboos. I wonder if it'll be like this all our lives.
My guess is the reason they're so depressed is literally because, well, they're good. We know they're good. They've got good hearts. They've got good souls. So they're obviously not going to want to construct a Philosopher's Stone if it means taking someone else's life.
You know, Al, there's something I've been wanting to tell you for a while.
Which means they might never get their bodies back.
I've been too afraid to say it.
What?
Elric brothers, I know you're in there! Open up! This is the Major!
What do we do?
We ignore him, that's what.
I know what it said, Edward Elric! How tragic! To think the legend of the Philosopher's Stone is built on such a terrible secret!
We're really sorry.
It's hard to stay quiet when someone like him asks you.
Imagine the military being behind something like that! Often the truth is more cruel than we bargained for!
Study Armstrong.
Truth.
What is it, brother?
Do you remember what Dr. Marco said at the station?
Huh?
Look closely. Maybe you'll find the truth hidden within the truth.
I didn't have a clue what he was talking about then, but now it's the same as with alchemical notes. What you can see on the surface is only a portion of the truth. There's still more to find here. There has to be.
Currently, there are 4 operational alchemy laboratories in Central that have connections to the government. We can narrow it down even further. Marco worked in the 3rd laboratory. We should start with that one. It's the most suspect.
Al and I have been to all the laboratories in the city. None were doing any remarkable research. Here, what's this building used for?
It was designed for the 5th laboratory, but it isn't currently in use. The building isn't structurally sound, so it's been classified off-limits.
It's there.
Huh? How can you be so sure that's it?
There's a prison right next door.
Okay, so?
What was the main ingredient for a Philosopher's Stone?
You said it needed live humans. Ugh.
There'd be plenty of condemned criminals in the prison. Officially, they'd be recorded as executed.
They're using the prisoners to make the stone.
Don't look at me like that. I don't like talking about this any more than you.
Prisons from other jurisdictions could be used too. I wonder if the government is involved.
Why do I have the feeling that we're getting involved in something really dangerous here?
That's why we told you to pretend like you'd never heard anything!
This has the potential of becoming a political nightmare before long. I'll look into what we've talked about tonight.
trust is the main word I'm thinking of right now. Do we trust these two random people that have turned up just this episode and are now part of this entire massive unfolding? They're either cannon fodder that's going to be killed off, or they are villains, or I don't know. But there's something suspicious about those two. Do we trust Armstrong? Do we trust him? Do we think he's going to be fine with this information? He seems very kind. He does. As ironic considering how badass he is. But do we trust him as well? I do at the moment.
In the meantime, officers, speak of this to no one.
Sir!
And you, Elric brothers, behave yourselves. I know you two boys. You were thinking about sneaking into this building and taking a look around, weren't you? Admit it!
We weren't, we promise! Yeah, sure we weren't.
The way fucking Al is running.
Posted in an unused building. Interesting.
That is suspicious. How do we get in?
We could make our own entrance.
They'd notice the light from the transmutic reaction.
Well, in that case...
And...
They're not taking any chances, are they?
There's no way Al's fitting in there.
You need to wait here.
You're fine on your own?
Whether I'm fine on my own or not isn't the issue. You're too big to get through here.
Just take his head off.
It's not like I asked to get this big.
Just take his head off and carry it with you.
66.
What is it, 48?
It looks as if we've got guests.
Some daredevil idiots came to visit, did they?
Damn, it's even tighter in here than I thought.
Who the fuck are these
couldn't
people?
get through this far if I was regular sized. Lucky I've got a small body.
Oh no! I just got myself a tiny little pipsqueak!
There are lights on. Not currently in use. Who are they trying to fool? This is it, all right.
It's taking a long time.
So there's an after credits on the next episode, but there isn't one on this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there isn't. Okay. God damn it, man! This show has cliffhangers that are not very nice. No, that's not a nice one. No, it's not a nice cliffhanger, guys. Okay, let's break down. Let's start from the end and work our way back. So there's two random red-eyed crazy people in there as well. No, in fact, let's try and analyze this a little bit more. So the military is supposedly working on this. This is an operation that has supposedly been funded by them. That building that is supposed to be for Laboratory 5 was never used, and now, peculiarly, has someone guarding it, and inside seems to be two very aggressive, attack-first, red-eyed soldiers, beings, we don't know yet. So what, are they working with the military as well? Are they working against them? Are they using it? We don't know. Who are those two people? It seems peculiar that you'd have two people like that working with the military, so I guess we're going to find out that. Do we trust the two officers that have just been introduced? Not really, but who knows? Armstrong as well, do we trust him? Again, I don't know. It seems odd that he found out all this information and immediately wanted to take it away from himself. So yeah, I don't know. That's a red flag for me. It's a tough one. So they have found that this building is next to the prison. To create a Philosopher's Stone or multiple Philosopher's Stones, you need to sacrifice humans, which they believe they were using this building to sacrifice humans, deeming them as executed, which is the first time we're hearing that people get executed in this world, and that is what they were using to fuel the creation of the Philosopher's Stone. This is all theory because we haven't had any of this confirmed yet. And now Ed and Al are in there, Al on the outside, Ed on the inside. So this is interesting because if Ed and Al find a Philosopher's Stone, they might feel conflicted in using it, but it's already created, so why not? And at the same time, if they don't find one, there's no way they're going to want to create one. They're not going to sacrifice humans. They're not those kind of people. They're very much in the light of, like, even with the Doctor, they didn't want to take it by force. They're, regardless of them being cheeky and you know, a bit reckless at times, they're very kind-hearted, good-natured people, and there's no way they'd ever do that. So the reason for their depression, I can imagine, is around the fact that they realized in that moment, if this was it, they were never getting their bodies back, because they'd never crossed that line. And they'd finally hit that wall that they couldn't get through, at least in regards to the Philosopher's Stone. That is just one avenue. Maybe there's another way to get their bodies back, but the Philosopher's Stone is the thing they seem to be pursuing at the moment. Anyway, I don't really have any much more to break down on this episode. I'm interested to see what happens in the next episode, and I hopefully will find out who these two new characters are. I hope you guys are all enjoying my FULLMETAL ALCHEMIST Brotherhood reactions. I am really enjoying this series, much more than I thought I would, and I'm very looking forward to getting answers to all these questions and seeing if the boys get their bodies back. Anyway, and also I'm really curious about the 7 deadly sins. I want to see more of them. Who's the father? Who is the father? Anyway, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If you watched the whole half-an-hour reaction and you're not subscribed, well, you're pretty crazy. Press subscribe, join the family. All Unblurred reactions on Patreon. Links for everything are in the descriptions of all of my videos. And as always, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful day, and you will see me in the next video.